So today we're here at Big Doggie Do in Willen Lake, and wow, what an atmosphere. So many dogs, so many stalls, and lots of activities going on. Make sure to stay tuned to see exactly what's happening today and see all the fun involved as well.
So we arrived today at 9:30 a.m, nice early morning start to get the stall ready for a busy weekend. For this particular show, we tried something completely different, and we offered free mini training sessions for anyone who would like to see how well their dog can do in training. First up, we've got Misty, who is a rescue, and she's only been with the family a short while, but let's see how she's getting on.
She's so prey driven.
Okay, prey driven as well, yeah, okay.
The lead anyway.
No worries.
She's a cat, a bird, and a squirrel.
Okay, she'll just chase it, yeah? She likes to chase, I imagine. Okay, no worries at all. Is it right to borrow the lead?
Yeah, sure.
Awesome. Misty? Oh. Misty, here we go. Good girl. So just a simple little bit of luring there, just teaching her the best place to be, right here by my side, right? Ready, gorgeous? Hello. Hello. Misty. Good girl. Oh, where are you going? This way. Yeah. Oh, that's a good girl. Well done. You ready? So you can see every time she goes forward, just a little lure back, teaching her again, best place to be, right here by my side. Ready? So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to start with a couple of treats in my hand. And what I want her to do is take the treat, but stay in the same position. Yeah, a lot of dogs, they'll take the treat and they'll shoot off, right? But like, oh, job's done, I'm going to go now. What I would ideally like is for her to walk to heel. So heel, good, reward, and heel. Boom. So again, that's something I also want to work on as well, is not having the treat right on her snout the whole time. But ideally, again, so you can see this hand cue. Misty, ready? You see this hand cue and still stay in position. You can see at the moment she's a little bit excited, so we're gonna have to work on that. Definitely a little bit of time, but good girl, well done. How far you going? Here you go. There you go, good girl. Sit, good girl, that's a very nice sit. Again, this is a perfect environment for it, right? Lots of dogs, lots of things going on. Yeah. So as you can imagine, a lot of social stimulation for her, but what we want for her, Misty, ready? It's for her to still stay solidly focused on you. At the moment, I don't really mind the jumping up for the treats, because what I see that as is excitement for the training. So one thing that might help as well, let's say for example, I want to do a bit of casual walking. Yeah, this harness isn't going to be the best thing, because as you can imagine, right, if I want to set some boundaries and say, actually, no, don't pull me over there, you can see all I can really do is just pull back on that lead, right? Whereas if I, let's say I'll use a collar or a slip lead or something, that's going to give me a bit more control. Ready, Misty? 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 Here we go. Yeah, good girl. Yeah, Misty, ready? Yeah, good girl. Ready? Good girl, well done. So again, you can see she slightly sits off a little bit, right? Not right by the side. That's even when she pulled the treat up as well. So again, for now, we can take that, but then moving forward in about a week's time, I'm gonna definitely want her to be, when I pull that up for a sit, I want her to be sitting right where she is. Yeah, right by the hill, yeah? So what's happening, okay? Yeah, good stuff, awesome. The best noodles here in MK. Now they're only around once a year here at Big Doggie Do. So of course now after this weekend, if you've missed it, you're gonna have to wait until next year again for Big Doggie Do, where they're gonna be around again. Again, it's Fung's Kitchen. Honestly, the best noodles in MK.
After a fantastic morning helping out many dog owners with their training needs, we also had been scheduled in for our presentation on how to successfully train dogs and modify their behaviour. We had Colin and Kira leading the presentation, and this is how it went.
Good afternoon everyone. My name's Colin and this is Kira. We're both lead trainers at Pup Club, and what we're going to do today is talk about empowering you to have a well-behaved dog, and we'll be covering a whole range of issues surrounding dog training and behaviour. It really upsets me actually when you see things, you go and you see dogs in prams or dogs, you know, being treated as if they're not dogs. That is no good for them. They need to be treated as dogs. Socialisation is important for all of us, all mammals, no less for pet dogs. So what is socialisation? Socialisation is making sure we expose our dogs to a number of situations in interactions with people and other animals, including dogs of course, and the idea is we need to guide them in dealing with these situations. If we don't guide them, that's where reactivity comes in.
So we're going to be talking, as Colin said, a little bit more about lead walking and why it is so important actually for us to enjoy our dogs. Lots of times when we've got a dog that maybe does have reactivity or anything like that, it can make us feel quite stressed. And as Colin said, we want to ensure that everybody has that time to enjoy our dogs and to enjoy their walks. So one of the things that we look at when we, as Colin was saying, speak about socialisation is, yes, it is very, very important, but what happens if you actually over-socialise your dog? So when we look at leads, one of the other things we have is a tense lead. Now, a tense lead, again, very self-explanatory. If I had our lovely dog here, Zifkins, and he had his lead on and he was in front of me and that lead was tense, it's probably meaning he's at the end of the lead and he's not paying attention to me. Therefore, he's probably going to start pulling me along the road. Ideally, I want to stray away from a tense lead. We always say you want to look like you have a smile in your lead, a nice loose lead curve. And that for me means my dog is here, beside me, and staying engaged with me. I don't want to have a tense lead. Tension creates tension. We want our dog to feel relaxed because actually that's starting to set them up more for success rather than going into that interaction or past that distraction with a tense lead, which was starting to set them up with a bit of failure.
Back to the stall now for more free mini training sessions. Let's see who we've got next.
Now, I'll stay away from this leather, if you don't mind. My wife's a veterinary, so I'm used to it, don't worry. Tell me a little about your dog.
Yeah, so the present's good, that's better. Nice, neutral, calm behaviours. This is one, you see how I'm in the middle as well, so I'm advocating for him all at the same time. I'm not going to allow another dog to get in his face, because I know that's not going to end well, right? Good, but as long as he's calm, reward the good behaviour as well. So how we get that neutrality of him walking past dogs is when he's walking to your heel and looking up and focusing on you. So what we want to do is pair that with, he sees the other dog, whether it be across the street, down the road, as soon as he sees it, auto heel. Yeah, and we've got that solid focus, and he understands to walk right by your side, looking up at you the whole time until he's like, oh, good boy, well done, reward. And then we ask him to heel again. So the whole idea is when we pass the dog, he might see the other dog 3 or 4 times, but the whole idea he associates, or we condition him to see the dog and focus on you. Perfect, so keep up with that. Also try to build in a heel cue as well, so he understands to focus on you for a duration of time. Not just because a lot of dogs, they'll look at you, get the treat, and then look away. Again, what we actually want to do is hold that focus and maintain that for a period of time as well.
Next up, we've got Colin helping this family out with their dog's recall training.
So what we'll start with is trying him on the long line, I think. See if we can get him coming back to us on the long line to start with. So effectively, every time I try and recall him and he doesn't listen to me, that cue is getting weaker. Because he's thinking actually, and he's actually rewarding himself as well. Because if he's sniffing something or he's having a good time and we called him and he hasn't come back, it's actually reinforcing him not coming back. So we can't let that happen. All right, guys, so what we're gonna have to do is put a control and management solution in place for him where we actually have him on a long line. Okay, so what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna go for a little stroll with him and I'm just gonna practice doing a bit of recall, but I'm just gonna keep it at a metre to begin with, okay? All right, so I'm doing this a lot. So in my routine, I'd have 10 minutes on the short lead and then I'd be getting that loose lead walk working, and we'll look at loose lead in a second. Then I'd have him on the long line, metre, 2 metres. Why give a big distance when he's not recalling? Why not start with a shorter distance and get those reliable repetitions? So he's distracted now, he's distracted by a dog. Kenzo, come. Good boy. Okay, all the time I'm just building up reliable repetitions of this, okay? I'm not going to give him too much lead today, guys, obviously, because there's lots of people and dogs around. And I don't want to upset any other dogs. But he's on the end now. Kenzo, come. Good boy. So this is like the lower level, but I've got to get lots of repetitions in for him, if that makes sense. So he's having a sniff. I'm waiting till he's distracted and then I'm doing it. Because he's learning whatever's distracting me in the environment, I'm more value than that, okay? Every time I get a successful recall, it's like a bank account. I go further in the black. Every time he ignores me, we go in the red. But he can't actually ignore me because in the long line, I will gently pull him in. I'll gently pull him in. I'll still reward him, but he knows that coming back to me gets rewarded, if that makes sense. All right, so let's go up here a bit further. Kenzo, come. Boy. And this is what I've got to add into my routine, this repeated recall. So I might, for example, vary my recall. So we could do tunnel recall. So, Kenzo, come. Good boy. Kenzo, Come, good boy. I might do a little tunnel recall, for example. So good loose lead walking is absolutely imperative for most dogs. It just means he's working with me outdoors and he's focused on me rather than other things. So what I do then is I just put, you don't need to use a slip, guys, you just use a collar and lead, but I'm just, for the purposes of today, I just want to show you the mechanics of good loose lead walking. So I'm going to start off just low level. I'm actually going to have the treats available for him, but he's got to be rewarded for being in this position. I need him to be rewarded constantly. Same thing with the recall, and we need constant successes. Kenzo, yes, good boy, well done. So he's staying in heel position nicely, so I might try and put that on cue now. Kenzo, heel, good boy. All right, so this is what I want from him, okay? Good heel, good boy, good heel. That is a loose lead walk, okay, but I want that consistent. There is quite a high reward frequency at the moment, as in I'm giving him treats. Good boy, well done. But look how nice and loose that lead is. And look where he is. Kenzo, good boy, well done. Yes, good boy. Okay, let's use the heel cue to remind him what he's doing right. Heel, good boy. And every walk you do, I would like at least 10 minutes of this.
Now that we've got all the training out of the way, let's go see what's going on at today's Big Doggy Do show.